Hello and welcome to Love, Lincoln University Viewpoints, a show designed to express the different opinions and views of Lincoln University students on the latest and hottest topics. My name is Lynn Shirley. Let's meet our panelists.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Dwayne Walker Jr., Mass Comm major here at Lincoln University. I'm a junior and your Student Government Association president.
Hello, everybody. My name is Shantae Hughes. I am a senior computer science major.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's Brian Taylor again, computer science major, psych minor.
On today's show, we will talk about the objection to Texas voter IDs, Roland Martin's lifted suspension from CNN, a father forcing his son to stand on the corner because he received 3 Fs, and the engagement of Bobby Christina and her adopted brother. The Justice Department objects to new Texas voter ID law after it failed to show that it does not discriminate against Hispanics. Justice Department's head of Civil Rights Division, Tom Perez, says while the new ID requirement is to ensure ineligible voting, there is no evidence of voter impersonation. There are currently 11% of Hispanic voters that lack a photo ID. Dwayne, do you think it's discrimination?
Yes, Lynn, I believe this is discrimination. If you look at the state of Texas, it holds 34 electoral college votes when it comes to this next election. So I think it's a complete attack at the Democratic Party, because those Hispanic voters, they usually come out for the Democratic Party, and they're usually supporters of Obama. So this next year, coming into election year, it's a way to try to get those Democratic votes down, and it's very discriminatory.
True, but couldn't there be a way where they could, like, when they register to vote, like again or something like that, they could have a picture taken so they can have that photo ID on their card, so there wouldn't be such a problem?
I just want, if we're on the topic of votes, I mean, my man Bush, he got in the office and, the votes in Florida disappeared. So I'm trying to figure out why they even attacking I'm trying to figure out why they even attacking photo identification when there are other forms of representation that accommodates for that.
Okay, but you got to think about it. You gotta have an ID to get on a plane. Mm-hmm. You have to have an ID to go out of the country. You got to have an ID to do all these other things. Why shouldn't you need one to vote? Okay, so they're not legal citizens. Just like she said, they can have a picture taken just for that specific reason and just have it. It's not discrimination because it's for everybody. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. It's not like they're saying, oh, Hispanics, y'all can't vote because y'all don't have IDs. Get an ID, get something that's going to say you can vote and you'll be able to vote.
But is it affordable? Do the Hispanics have the ability to afford it?
It's free. They're doing it for free.
Oh, I can't argue with that one then. I mean, $3.99.
I still disagree, just because you're trying to make more and more barriers for voting. I mean, even though if they have their citizenship card, if they have the right, you cannot tell me, okay, I did an ID, like, you can fill out absentee votes. I mean, I feel like it's an attack at the Hispanic Party. But
it's a lot of fraud going on when it comes to votes, because they can't verify people based off registration cards. That's not enough.
So it's more of a security precaution.
Yeah, that's basically what they're trying to do. Like, okay, so everybody's looking at it as the Obama administration, he's going to, like, this is just another tactic that he's using to go above and beyond and target different people. But at the end of the day, that's the only way that we can verify the people that are voting are voting.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I don't agree with it at all. I think we should stick to how it is. It's just another attack. We got to stick together.
On that note, we'll move on. A great amount of Hispanics in Texas are affected by this law, and hopefully everyone will be able to equally vote. We'll be right back after this short PSA break.
Welcome to my block party. Glad you can make it.
The only triple doubles you get come with fries.
I can do this all day. Your moves are just gay.
Using gay to mean dumb or stupid, not cool.
Not cool.
Not in my house, not anywhere. It's not creative, it's offensive to gay people. And you're better than that.
Danse, balance, suis up on sex, don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Find yours at bedsider.org.
Welcome back, guys. CNN's Roland Martin suspension is now lifted after he tweeted about a Super Bowl commercial ad saying if a dude in the Super Bowl party is hyped about David, what is my problem? The dude in the Super Bowl party is hyped about David Beckham. Yeah. All right. Welcome back, guys. CNN's Roland Martin suspension is now lifted after he tweeted about a Super Bowl commercial saying if a dude at your Super Bowl party is hyped about David Beckham's H&M underwear ad, smack the ish out of him. The comment highly offended GLAAD, the Gay Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation. After GLAAD expressed that they were upset, Roland Martin was suspended on February 8th. Shantae, do you think he deserved to be suspended for what he said?
The whole thing about this, I didn't even think that he should have been suspended, but in a way it was offensive what he said, but I think it was just a little much of suspending him because, you know, freedom of speech. But the fact that, okay, who cares if whether you're gay, straight, boy or girl, if you like David Beckham and you look good in his underwear, okay, but just leave it alone. I just think that the whole thing was wrong in a sense. It just went a little too far than it should have.
Personally, I mean, I definitely hear you on the freedom of speech and everything like that. But then he has to remember the position and the role that he plays, right. And he has to remember that his job follows him all the time. Comments like that should be left to his mind. He should keep them away from where they're aired at. Now, I can understand how they may have been taken inappropriately, but then we can look to the past and look at what was the gentleman that called the young lady a slut?
I forget his name.
Yeah, was he suspended? Was he suspended or anything like that?
No.
See, then now we have to compare a comparison between a Caucasian gentleman who called a woman a slut versus an African American man who's talking about some underwear and men being hyped. So then,
yeah, I agree. If anybody knows like Roland Martin, he's really aggressive with his words. So, I mean, he has that persona, whereas though he says things like this. So I personally didn't take it as offensive. I thought it was Roland being Roland. Right. But in the light, I mean, as an African American, you have to kind of watch what you say.
Right.
Like you can't go like you said, like with what's his name?
Rush
Limbaugh. When he made those statements, I mean, he kind of has the freedom to say what he wants just because of the race. And it's a shame, but as an African American, you're going to be under that watchful eye, so you have to watch what you say.
I think CNN suspended him was just let's do this for everybody, and then it was just like, okay, at the end of the day, I don't think he should have got suspended. I think something should have happened, but even after him being suspended, you could tell he's not fake at all. Exactly. Like he hasn't like gone on any interviews and said, "Oh, I'm going to apologize to these people for saying what I said," because it wasn't he didn't direct it towards them. It was a statement that he made that was taken out of context, or not even taken out of context, but they heard it or they read it and they figured, oh, okay, he's targeting us just because of what he said. So I think CNN suspending him was more so to cover them, not so much to backlash on him actually saying it. Because they're not getting rid of him. They're not. Like
clearly his suspension.
It probably was a little hush under the table. Like, all right, we're going to suspend you for a couple days, but you'll be back. Don't worry about it. But we got to do what we got to do.
To be honest, when that commercial came on, it kind of took me off guard a little bit. I'm like, yo, what's going on? Somebody changed the channel? Like, get the remote.
But then that's what they say. You know, they have the Super Bowl is when they have the extravagant. I must say, it's always the best and worst time of year for commercial wise. So, I mean, anybody's going to be targeted for anything that they say. But then again, he does have to watch him being the person that he is and having that status that he has. They're going to look at everything he says and say, okay, well, he probably meant this because he has that characteristic on him. He say what he want to say. So, I guess it is what it is. Well, hopefully this suspension will stop him from making any more offensive comments. In Florida, Michael Bell Sr. was so upset that his son received failing grades for the semester. His method of disciplining his son was to have him stand on a busy street corner with a sign that says, "Hey, I'm a 7th grader and I have an F for the semester. Is anything wrong with that? Blow your horn if you think so. Thank you." Brian, do you think the punishment? What do you think about the punishment?
I have a special thing about solutions and problems, and I'm trying to really understand the idiocracy of the parent, because I'm very goal oriented when it comes to academics, and rather than looking at the problem, he looked at the punishment first instead of addressing his child. That is his child. You know, why would you embarrass your son like that? You know, and then the way that African American men are perceived in the media and perceived all over the world, they're just, here, look, let's be dummies. Let's all, showcase our coonery. Let's be, let's act like we're ignorant and we don't know any better. It's 2012. Why would you even display your son like that?
I don't, in my opinion, I don't think that was the point. I think, well, we were talking about it earlier, and if you look at, you don't know. We don't know the backstory. We don't know if this the first time he got an F, the second time, if he gets Fs all the time, and he's just like, his dad might just be at the breaking point, like, oh, okay. And at the end of the day, you embarrassing me. You my child. You embarrassing me by failing. Yeah. So, you want to embarrass me? I'm going to embarrass you. You know what I'm saying? And this could be another tactic so he don't have to put hands on him. We know everywhere black people have that stereotype that we beat our kids. So that might just be his way of saying, you know what, this is how I'm going to deal with the situation. And his son actually said, he at first he didn't agree with he agreed with it. Like, he had to do it because
brainwashing.
He failed 3 classes.
I personally love the punishment,
I think it was cool.
It's a creative way, to get out of the beatings and the torture. I mean, you don't want to abuse your child, but if you sit them out there and it said in the article that he gave him food, water, whatever he wanted to eat, but you're going to sit here and you're going to sit here with that sign, and I guess it is embarrassing, like you said, but to what point? Like, you put your parents in a predicament. At what point are you going to learn? So I feel like this embarrassment is what the son needed. And he said at the end of the article, it said that he learned from it. Hopefully he get a couple A's and
Shantae.
B's next semester.
It's better. I prefer that punishment better than getting a beating, because I was scared of those. Or even when you're like grounded and your parent takes something from you. Because I mean, okay, I'm gonna take your PlayStation because you got an F. Eventually you're gonna get it back. But after being on the street and you gotta wear
that's lifelong embarrassment. You're gonna remember that.
Yes,
you on the news.
Exactly. Remember when you was on the joint?
Exactly. So you might forget that beating that I gave you that night, but 20 years down the line, I'm gonna be like, Brian, remember that time you failed that class and you was on the corner and we was laughing at you? We drove past like 5 times.
Oh, don't worry, it's on TV.
He was safe. He was safe. He wasn't in harm's way. His parent was there. He got food. He got water. He had everything.
Oh, so that justifies everything, right?
It does.
So what you doing?
In my opinion, yes. If my child,
I'm with
I'm with all types of punishment, my kids will not act right.
Look, I guess I'm the only one.
They tried to justify it, saying, "Oh, well, you don't know why he failed the class. If he was getting bullied, if he didn't like the school he was going to. Come on, he's in the 7th grade.
What that mean?
Listen, if you going through, but that's what I'm saying. Y'all are making all these speculations. Y'all don't know what's going on in that household.
That's what I'm saying. So how does the parent justify placing his son on outside for everybody to see him? Like you said, that is embarrassment. That is life embarrassment.
It sure is.
Wasn't there there's another something else that's going on where another young man, he's in court right now because he tried to record his best friend performing sexual acts with another man, and his roommate committed suicide. What if the son would have committed suicide after his dad does all this? Does it still justify it?
No, it doesn't. Okay, so you can, first of all, you can't even put
them
on the same spectrum. You can't put them on the same spectrum.
He agreed to wear this post.
Exactly.
I think that happened with Tyler Clementi, the young man that killed himself. He had no idea, but
exactly, that was something that was a part of his lifestyle that nobody knew about. So of course, that being put into the public eye, it threw him off guard, and it's tragic that that's how he felt. He figured he had to deal with the situation, but it's a completely different situation. When you have a father that's saying, okay, you don't know how to get your act together, oh, I'm gonna show you how to get your act together. Instead of me laying hands, you gonna learn today.
Today is the day.
Hey, look, y'all like it, I love it, man.
I'm trying to ride the wave now.
Yeah,
no, I ain't no wave. I got my own little tsunami right over here. You see it.
Well, goodness. Okay, well, we'll be right back with entertainment.
LU 88.7. Make sure you tune in every Friday from 11 to 1. It's the headline Lincoln University's #1 sports show.
Welcome back, guys. TMZ reports that Bobbi Kristina is hooking up with her adopted brother. Whitney Houston took in Nick Gordon at a young age because of problems in his household. The two are seen in public places, kissing, holding hands, and it's said that they are engaged. Dwayne, what do you think about that?
This is nasty. This is just nasty to me. Like, you grew up calling this man your brother. I don't care if he's adopted, assigned, y'all met boys and girls. I don't care. Y'all lived together. Y'all was brothers and sisters. It's nasty. I mean, it's
Stop
nasty.
it, Bobbi Kristina. It's nasty.
It's really nasty. I'm gonna just pass.
I'm amazed. Like, I'm not trying to justify this at all, but maybe the death of her mother has just affected her so greatly that she's looking comfort in places that she shouldn't. But it just seems like she's having some issues that she needs to really work out with.
Ryan.
It's not too much I can say about brother-sister relationships other than we're supposed to argue and then get married away from each other, you know. But, you know, for them to be around each other as long as they have, and there's no way justifying it in no shape or form.
I hear it.
But, you know, they might be the only person that she may find that level of comfort with.
Okay, so me and Dwayne are pretty close. If he was my brother, I'm not gonna say, "Oh, you're my brother. Let's find comfort." Let's find comfort with each other. Yeah. You can comfort me without comforting me.
Hey, look, she like it. I love it. I mean,
you like, you're going back and forth.
You my sister. I like you. I like you.
I didn't say nothing.
No, it's not okay.
Wherever she finds comfort, that's a general statement. I never said whether I agree or disagree.
Well, that's the point of the show for us to know your opinion.
Yeah, LU views, right?
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't get like that with my sister. I leave it like that.
So does it make a difference that it's her adopted brother and not bloodline?
Is he technically?
No, he's not legally adopted, but it's still nasty because they've grown up your whole life. This has been my brother. Hey, bro, and now I'm like, hey, babe. No.
You just threw me off just saying
that. Like, how do you go from me, you being brother and sister, and you looking out for me with my relationships with other people? Like, oh, you my little sister, I'm taking care of you now.
She was like, hey. You got a nice show.
You know what? I do think, but I think this was going on before her mom.
Yeah, definitely.
Her mom passed.
Because you don't just pop up hello and then you're like, oh yeah, we're outside doing stuff together. That's nice. Like, no, I don't agree with that. No.
But honestly, she was a little going before Whitney died.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Whitney. But she was been acting crazy for a little bit. So
she need to crush some common sense up in that cereal. I know that.
Stop crushing that. It's like, no. Well, LU, that is our show for today. Be sure to join us next Wednesday at 9 p.m. for an all-new episode. Thanks for tuning in. And remember, love isn't just a 4-letter word. It's our viewpoints.